All right, welcome to this week's edition of Attack the Track. We're here at my home track, Talladega Super Speedway, in the trucks. First off, let's go to the garage, check the changes that I made. The only thing I've changed is the steering ratio. Go with a 16 to 1. This is absolutely critical to getting a fast qualifying time here. Doesn't matter what you run for the race, 10 to 1, 12 to 1, whatever you want. For qualifying, you absolutely must use 16 to 1 because all the changes are so small that any amount of oversteer that you do is going to scrub speed and you're going to lose time based off of that. And so you want to make as small changes as you can, be as smooth as you can, and in order to do that, you need to go with 16 to 1. So if you're not doing 16 to 1, you're doing it wrong. Track state info 78, and I put it at 100% track state usage to try to get as consistent of times as I could because the changes are going to be so small. Even with that, there seems to be something going on because I keep getting faster while changing stuff. So this was running the very bottom, and then this was the line that I think is best. But this is the exact same line, and you can see we go from a 56026 down to a 55997. So something's going on with the track changing, but this is the best line to run. It is a first lap qualifier. You see the lap here. That's actually because you're crossing the start finish on your coming out of the pits on your out lap. So it looks like a second lap here, but it's not. It's your actual first lap. So with that, let's get into it. We'll run through it twice here. I'll go once through far chase, show you what I'm looking at and stuff, and then we will go and I'll just let it run from cockpit. So on my out lap here, you don't want to run all the way against the wall. It will have a little bit of aero drag to it, so you just kind of want to track out a little bit to running around here. I'll usually run just on the upper side of this coming around, but when you get to the tri-oval, I do come down a little bit, and you'll see why. So I sort of straddle the line, and the reason I'm doing this is when I get to the start finish line, I want my right side tires on that dash line. I want to already be under there. So see, I'm starting to come down a little bit, and what I'm wanting here is I'm wanting my right side tires just to the inside of this dash line, and I want to already be pointed at the center of the lane here. I do not want to be pointed at where the turn's going to be because you're going to enter too early if you do that. And found coming across the track, if I'm more out here when I come to the start finish and have that different angle, it just doesn't really make up for that time, and being down here is a little bit slower as well. So I am having my rights just under that, and I'm pointed toward the middle of the lane here. Now, right when I'm getting here, you're going to see the wheel just barely turn to the left. I'm not doing that, actually. It's going to be right about when we pass the Geico sign when it really gets into it, but that's just the banking transition that's doing that for me. So instead of actively turning the wheel and then holding it, I find that scrubs a little bit of speed, and you might not enter where the truck wants to enter. Just let the truck enter where it wants to enter. It will, the steering wheel will turn for you, and basically you just catch it and hold it at that point. Just holding it as close to the line as you can. Now on exit, instead of holding it all the way on the bottom here, that's going to scrub a little bit of speed because the truck naturally wants to go high, and so I'm going to let the truck track out a little bit. Not as much as I do in the B car and the A car. With those, I usually track all the way out until my rights are on this outside dash line. I'm actually only going to track out until my lefts are on this dash line, and then I'll go up a little bit from there, but really I'm just wanting to track out to where my lefts are just above this dash. And again, here I'm going out a little bit, just to get the better angle going into 3 and doing the same exact thing. So here, and even further back, I'm pointed at the center of the lane. I don't want to be pointed down here because then you enter too early. So I'm pointing at the center of the lane. When I get to the banking transition, it's going to turn the wheel for me, and then you just catch and hold it. Run the bottom, and coming out of 4, I don't track out as high. I basically put the dash lines under the center of the truck, and then I run the bottom lane here. I don't run on the apron. I think it upsets the truck and slows you down a little bit, and then just run the bottom here. So let's go back and look at that one more time through cockpit, now that you know what to look for, and go from there. Alright, that's pretty much it. So that is how I plan to attack the track here at Talladega this week. Good luck.